What is going on, you champions? That's right. Back again. Another night. Another Jimna Rocks 2023 live stream special. I love this shit. I love this shit. And tonight's chat. Let's turn that down a bit so we're not drowning me out. Okay, so tonight's chat is going to be an absolutely awesome one because they were a feature in my video last year. Well, Joshy Dredz was anyway. We're going to get into this whole thing with the Happy Rayz as well because we're going to find out the crux of it. Can't wait. Seriously can't wait. Now, before we start, have you got your Jimna tickets yet? I asked you this last night. You still got time. You still got time to get your Jimna tickets, okay? Okay? Don't be scared. Just go get them. Go get them. And we know the percentages now. So, if you use tonight, if you go onto the MoshTix website, and you go to buy your tickets and you go into the promotional code down the bottom and you type in Joshy Dredz and the Happy Rayz, it will give you $46 off your ticket. There you go. So we know the numbers now. $46 off your ticket and you can come for the camping weekend, check out Joshy Dredz and the Happy Rayz, and it will be an awesome weekend. You can come meet me. You can come meet everyone. It'll, like, I'm nobody really, but yeah, you can come meet the band. You can come have an awesome weekend, camp out and just have a mad old time. Now with that being said, let's get into this. Last year, I did my feature for Jimna Rocks 2022, which was an absolute awesome weekend. I really wanted to showcase what the punters got, what was available to the everyday man. And this guy, Joshy Dredz, was one of my features. Very, very talented individual, can play many instruments. And the Happy Rayz. We can't forget about the Happy Rayz. The guys that backed this dude. But we're going to find out why. It's Joshy Dredz and the Happy Rayz, or is it the Happy Rayz? We're going to find out. So, without further ado, let's get into this stream. Please welcome tonight, Joshy Dredz and Luke from the Happy Rayz. Boys, how are yous?
Good, man. How you doing?
Man, awesome.
Man.
Welcome, people.
Welcome.
Nice to see you.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. Usually.
It is so good to see you. I'm so sorry about our time mix-up this evening. Turns out they're from New South Wales, and I just assumed they were from Queensland, so when I said 8:30, I was actually balls deep.
Well, it doesn't make a difference.
No, it doesn't make a difference. We're all here now.
We say, never late.
Yeah, that's it. That's right, man. It's never late. Never late. Boys, how are you? Are you psyched for Jimna? Tell us how you're going. How's the vibe? You told me you just come straight from the local. How you all feeling tonight?
The old local watering hole. We're feeling great, man. We're super amped for Jimna. We can't wait. We've got a hell of a team coming up from New South Wales. You know, our 10 ticket sales went like hotcakes. And now we're on to the Jimna code, which you mentioned earlier, which is I believe it's Happy Rayz 2023 is the code.
Okay, Happy Rayz 2023.
Yeah, if you want to jump on, grab your tickets through there. You're going to get a VIP discount, which means you can camp closer to the stage. Yeah, and also have that option of not paying full price. So yeah, jump on board, man. Why not?
That's it, man. Well, look, you know, it's a really good thing what Karen's doing there. You know, not only is she offering a huge discount, a massive discount to the initial ticket sale price, a percentage goes directly back to the bands for whatever you buy off MoshTix. So it's awesome what she's doing.
Yeah, it's win-wins all around. And as far as the grassroots festival goes, how do we build it, man? I look at it like fire, you know, like go throwing the logs on the big sponsors, the big bands first. Like we're building this from grassroots up, and everyone involved is so for it, you know. So, you know, we were lucky enough to play last year, and we're hooked, man.
Yeah.
You know, the people, the bands, the place, it ticks all the boxes, you know. So.
Mate, I could not agree more because I was the exact same. The first time I went there, mate, I'm every year. That's it now. For as long as Karen will put this on, I'll be going every year.
Yeah, sick.
Totally.
Yeah, we feel the same.
Yeah,
it's also Joshy and I's birthday on that weekend.
Yeah, so our birthday will be a day apart. So like this for us is like a monumental milestone to just lock in. Each year we get to celebrate our birthdays at Jimna Rocks, and we couldn't be happier as a band playing it, but as an atmosphere and people vibe. It's like, lock me in, Eddie. Lock me in.
Yeah, well, I mean, you guys had a really good spot in the day with the music that you guys bring in. You guys are really versatile with your instrument playing. I mean, you played didgeridoo out there, Josh, didn't you?
Yeah, by himself. Yeah,
Yeah,
bring it in. Yeah.
yeah. It's always been a big part of my solo vibe. And as far as Happy Rayz goes, we're more of like a rock funk kind of vibe.
Mm.
Blues is a big part of our upbringing and our vibe. And I thought, well, if I do this solo, why not bring it to the band? And it's such a special instrument to draw people in. And we got an early set last year. This year we're kicking off Sunday. So I know there's probably going to be a few sorry heads. And what way to just give them a bit of Yadaki, a bit of didgeridoo to bring them souls in and heal them up with some Happy Rayz, man.
Man, I can't. I seriously can't wait. I'm so pumped up already, and just I'm counting down the days. We've got a camper this year I'm coming up with, and it's just going to be, it's going to be next level, and like, so this will be your second year playing?
That's correct. Yeah, we missed out on the first year. A lot of our good friends did play, and last year I was like a wild card that got in at last minute. They put the feelers out saying the band's dropped out and someone needs to come in, and I was lucky enough that Katie from Dreams of Indigo said, "Man, Josh is a top contender," and then she sent Karen one of my tracks and. I think Karen said she had like 10 or 15 bands like in the waiting to get on the lineup, and as soon as she sent one of our tracks through, Karen's like, "Oh man, I can't say no to these guys." So we had the opportunity to step it up and come get in on the fun, and yeah, couldn't have been happier to be a part of the magic that goes on at Jimna.
Oh, it is so magic. It is so fucking magic. And Luke, man, are you pumped up, man? You ready?
Oh, dude. Yeah. Well, like when Joshy said last year because we hadn't played at a festival since 2019. I think it was the last we played at, which was an Aboriginal festival called Hearts Ablaze that we played at. We played on the main stage. What was it?
Yeah.
And that was the last time we played at the festival. And then COVID happened, and then the band kind of went all separate areas of Australia, Melbourne. Yamba, and I was in Newcastle, and Joshy was in Gold Coast, and eventually came back to Newcastle. So we're all all separated, and then the boys had little boys, and it was a full experience. That period of time that everyone was going through as well. And then when Joshy said we're playing a festival, man, and I was like, so fucking keen. And he was like, we're going to be the dark horses because. We're coming as a full band this year rather than just Joshy Dredz instead. But so he just drove it real hard, and no one expected how loud and big the sound was. Yeah, it was sick.
Well, mate,
yeah, we did come in as a 3-piece last year. This year we have Wham Band, thank you, man. Whammer he's played drums for the Wayward Sons. His partner is Katie from Dreams of Indigo. He's just a man of talent. So he's going to be up there on drum. And we have our bass player on board, which we've rekindled our relationship with, where he moved to Melbourne to support his partner going through uni, and he's since moved back to Gold Coast. So he's currently back on vibe with Happy Rayz, and he knows all our songs in and out, and then so we've got a full band now. I think last year we bought a big sound, but we were missing that bass guitar. And man, this guy's got dreadlocks down here, ankles. he brings it. Yeah, we're really looking forward. This is Jimna is like a unite of Happy Rayz and all the hard work we put in over the years. So
yeah, we haven't seen him. His name's Henrique Vibes. If anyone wants to check him out on Facebook,
Enrique
He's a
vibes.
awesome. Yeah, yeah.
Enrique, yeah.
Cool Brazilian dude, Brazilian nut. but yeah, we haven't seen him for like 4 years. 2019 was the last time we saw him.
Wow.
So
So it's going to
Yeah.
be like this mad family reunion too. Also, Karen's just said it's going
Yeah,
to be her birthday
Not,
weekend
I
as
think,
well.
yeah,
I think a lot of musical entertainers went through this struggle of COVID and getting for myself personally, I had a child and I wanted to be with my family on this side of the border. So I made the move down here. Now that everything's opened up, it's time to rekindle them relationships, you know, and not let them things stop us. And, you know, stick it to the fucking man.
Yeah, well, that's it. You know, like I think a lot of people realise how much. A lot of people made a lot of effort to start talking to people again. You know, during COVID, I think people had a lot of downtime to think about their past and what they want to get out of life. You know, I think that's why you look now. The whole work culture is shifting now. Or you know,
it was quite a good reset for people's
priorities, life priorities.
Yeah, because you don't necessarily have to, you know, go to work. You can actually stick it to the man, you know, and live fine, you know, without that expectancy of a high like pay week coming in, you know, every week.
That's it, man. It's
time's precious, man.
It's just money. It's just money, man. And you know, like that was the one thing that Jimna really brought to my attention is just that moments like that. They don't have to be these bands that you're paying $200, $300, $400 for, and you know you're getting 1 day festivals and the drinks are expensive and stuff like that. You know, if you really just look in your own backyard and even look to your neighbours, in some of these cases, you find there's some really fucking good music out there, and there's a lot of it out there in this country, and there's some very, very, very talented individuals, and I happen to be speaking to two of them right now. Well, so much so that this is, you know, I've got to be able to flex the perks of this stuff too, because I've got a sneak peek of the new track coming out, and man,
One of few, that's for sure. We're super stoked to release this track. It's our first single, and you know it's been a long time coming, and you know we sat in waiting for the right producer, and I really feel like we did with who produced our music. Huey, Baby Legs. He's from Newcastle. He's got a hell of a rep, and he's the most humble fucking wizard we've ever met. So
most of them
I think
are.
over the years, you know, meeting all these like big ego guys with all the skills, we found this guy at a blues jam where we went down and you know just had a bit of fun. And we really felt like oh, he's our guy, and it's really nice to come through I guess the other side of the barrel, you know, with the spray coming out, you know, and the glass. And, you know, it's been a really humbling and beautiful experience recording the Huey, and yeah, we're looking forward to sharing our new track, man. It's
a doozy.
Well, it is, man. It's a massive sound. Like the sound is absolutely huge, and the one thing I was going to mention was the production value is absolutely fantastic. I mean, and I just got the story there, but like now that you're sort of going into this now into the studio sort of sense, is it one track, or are we expecting maybe an EP or an album, or is it just one track? We're just going to put out the feelers, and then we're going to see if we're going to keep going.
I would say, like Josh and I were talking about this a couple of days ago, and it was because all the tracks that we had about 7 or 8. We have pretty much an album ready in the pipeline, but they're all so different in genre of each song. You know, it's we might just release single by single, not put all our eggs in one basket kind of thing. You know what I mean?
That's a good idea.
So, at the end of the journey, we'll put the last 3 songs that we got in, and then the other ones that we released an album. You know?
Why not? I mean, That's the
Yeah.
way pretty much the music industry is going at the moment. People are just playing the game of releasing singles and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
I mean, look, at the end of the day, the caliber of musician and the type of people that you are, the last thing you're in it for is the money. Like, you know what I mean?
That's right.
Although you're not going to knock it back. Let's be serious here.
Right.
You know what I mean? We'll call a spade a
Yeah.
spade. If someone offered you a shitload of money to write more music, you're going to fucking do it.
Yeah, that's right.
But,
Yeah. We talked about that at the pub today, man. We you hit the nail on the head. We're in it because we love doing it. We love being with each other, playing music, and the healing magic that we get from that vibration. You know, I guess. Put it.
Mm.
But yeah, man, we ain't in a hurry. We just love what we do, bro. And we love getting together with our buddies. Like as Boydo said, we two of our bandmates from the Gold Coast, two of us are in Newcastle. We fly each other down and back. We meet up for gigs in between New South Wales, and like we do Byron, we do Sawtell, we do Nimbin, we
yes.
do
Yeah, there's a story behind that.
So we all meet up and we all we send each other tracks, and when we get on that stage together, there's a fight, man. We're just all stoked to be there together. When we hit the stage, often in the early days, that was our practice, you know.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
We booked the gigs, or Josh would book the gigs, and all of us were in a group chat, and we'd send the songs to each other, and we all lived in different parts of the East Coast, and
Jesus.
we booked the gigs, and then we'd rock up to the venue, and then we'd, what's going on, man? Let's get this, and then we'd literally play as a band, as a practice, I guess. Yeah, with no rehearsal.
Wow.
In the early days, and you know, we do take the time to practice now.
Mm.
But I guess it's we're at that caliber. We've all done this since we're kids, you know. We're music is our life. We live and breathe it.
Yeah.
And when we get together, we have the trust in each other to be able to perform. Otherwise, we wouldn't put each other in that humility. You know, we wouldn't do that to each other.
That is a very fucking good word for it, man. And I like the fact that you called it vibrations too, because yeah, it's what it is. You're just picking up those resonating frequencies that make you feel stuff. That's all it is. That's what people don't understand, is that when you're feeling stuff from music, it's vibrations in the air that are making you feel that way. Do you know how surreal that is? Like when you actually think about it at its core value, vibrations in the air are making you feel things.
Totally.
Yeah. Synchronicity, I think it's called. There's another word for it. Yeah.
Synchronicity.
Yeah.
That's what brings you to the moment.
Yeah.
But when you talk about musical vibration, I see it as a healing thing. You know?
Sure.
And one thing that I learned when I studied music, and I've studied audio engineering.
Oh, nice.
And there's a thing called phasing, right? When I was don't mind getting into it, but uni, we got put into a square empty room. They played an oscillator with a just a hum, like an oscillator is a sound that just creates one tone.
Yeah, one frequency.
So in this box room, my uni teacher said, if anyone hears something, put your hand up. And half the class put their hand up, and the other half didn't hear anything. And then he proceeded to say, all right, take a step to the left or right. And when we done that, we could hear this overwhelming hum of sound. So phasing is when the vibration either eliminates or raises your vibration. So I could be standing here in this place in the room and move one step and I can hear nothing. So for me, vibration can be healing because that can eradicate a certain unnecessary vibration in your body and give you a necessary vibration that makes you feel good.
Yeah.
So for me, in the world of sound and magic, that was like proof that music is healing, you know?
Man, 100%. And like Karen just said there in the chat, she said, that's what it's all about. All about the vibrations and the energies.
Oh, totally, man.
100%.
And
Couldn't agree more, Karen.
right on, Kaz. Yeah,
Yeah. uh,
Father of John,
well, let's get into a couple of questions for the Jimna Rock stream, eh? Let's get into a couple of these questions. So, So we've got a bit of the history of the band. So you guys have been together for a while, all from different states, and you guys are just that in tune with your energies that you guys can just work together. That's so fucking cool. That's friendship, bro. That's friendship and brotherhood and just musical talent all rolled into one. But
Yeah.
so MMK. So now that like once you got the first one, you know, Katie put you forward. How did we get on the second one? Did we just get asked straight away?
essentially, yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
I feel like as the wild card, Karen took us on with like,
Not knowing.
you know,
Yeah.
as a single of Joshy Dredz to a whole band. She put a lot of trust in us, and with that trust, I really felt like we had to bring it. So, you know, we put the work in, and I feel like as one of the bands that started earlier in the fest, we really stepped it up, and we brought our crew with us that all support us. And the funny thing is, we're mates with a lot of the lineup, right? So, when we had first card of the day, we knew our homies were going to be there. Yeah, and they showed up, and yeah, we had a fat time. So this time, I feel like we need to step it up, and that's what we've been working on the last few months is stepping up that level, man.
Mate, perfect segue into my next question then. What can we expect from a Happy Rayz set this time? Because last year it was surreal. Like you guys, I reckon you were at the perfect point of the day. You just set the tone for the rest of the day after your set. It was beautiful. But what can we expect this year with the 4-piece, and especially Adam on drums? Woo.
Oh, man. Whammer.
Whammer.
We rock it. We're gonna be.
Yeah. We are under the understanding that we're starting things off, right? So we need to like nestle all them campers out of their beds and up to the stage to start their day in a Happy Rayz way. You know?
Nice.
So, yeah, we want to take people on a musical journey, and that's, I think, our original music, like, naturally just already has that vibe about it, you know. Because we go from blues to rock to didgeridoo to like these happy jazzy, fucking chill goodness, you know. So we're hoping to like bring the energy to the people with the sorry head, and then finish up on a big old bang to get them ready for the day.
Yeah. We've got some rocking songs, man.
I can't wait. I'm going to be vibing out first thing in the morning. I'll have a bacon egg roll and we'll get into it.
Really?
We'll get into it, man.
Can't wait.
So you guys were talking about how music's sort of been always a part of your life. Give us a little bit of a history of your musical backgrounds.
Yeah, so I started playing guitar when I was 8. Before then, my great uncle and my uncles are both they're musicians. And every time I'd see them, they'd teach me a riff, and I'd practice the fuck out of it. Until next time I'd see them, they'd teach me another one. And my great uncle in particular, he's like 67 now. One of the best songwriters. Only plays original music. He didn't start playing guitar till he was 30.
Wow.
So I just thought, Well,
He's a shredder,
if
bro.
I can get good before 30, I'm at a good head start. I grew up playing in punk rock bands, a little bit of metal here and there, and then I moved to Queensland on my own, and I picked up the acoustic, so I got down with that. Yeah, and then when I come back down to New South Wales, I started running an open mic at our local pub, and Boydo and myself went to school together. He was riding motorbikes and drifting cars. Didn't realise he was an absolute shredder. And he rocked up to the open mic.
Yeah.
Where have you been hiding this talent, man?
It's always the quiet ones, mate. The least suspect. Mate.
Totally. And, man, am I proud to stand next to this dude playing music. It's absolute weapon.
Yeah, it's equally the same feeling, bro. Yeah, for sure.
There's so much respect in that room right now. Far out.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's the funny thing too, because we all grew up in the same town. Like, obviously, I'm 31 this year. We're at Jimna, so my 31st is the 27th of April. Joshy's birthday is the 28th of April. You're what, 33, 4?
34, stop counting.
Yeah. But
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
so,
I started counting backwards a couple of years ago too.
yeah. But that whole journey of all of that was yeah, it was awesome to be asked, because once I started hanging out with Joshy, and we grew up in the same school, but obviously I was in year 7 when I first started, and he was nearly at the end of his year 10, didn't you? So by the time I was kind of getting back into music, Joshy was already left and doing his own thing. But my history was originally from, I started when I was 9, and I was getting taught by Dennis Burke, which is the lead guitarist that had been in the Jets, real famous band from back in the
What?
70s.
Yeah. And in saying that, we've met a couple of guitarists in the area these days.
Yeah.
And they're shredders, and we're like, who taught you? And they're like, oh, mate, we've been in the Jets. We're like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah. And
So,
we played
yeah.
very similar, like young Sam and all that. But yeah, and that was the journey that I got to a point and then gave up for a few years. And then once music became an elective in high school, I seen a dude that was just absolutely shredding in the first class of music in year 8. And I was like, oh, fuck. So you can do that on a guitar at that age, you know what I mean? So then it sparked the light again, and the flame was lit. And then I got really good really quick, because it was like 8 hours a day, you know what I mean?
the old Matt Heafy trick. Just lock yourself in your room.
This guy is, he's the focus guy, man. He's really good. Literally, like, I've never seen someone so devoted to music as hard.
Oh, I love it. I love this shit, man. This is what I'm talking about. Like, this is the thing with being in bands, you know, people don't know. And, like, I used to play in a band. I don't do it anymore, but those guys still, to this day, are my brothers. Like,
Yeah.
Like, if there was anyone that I would want to play music again, it would be them. You know what I mean? Like, we're just so in sync with each other, you know, and you can just see it right there with you two, you know. It's so hectic, man, and
It's unspoken language, eh?
it is. It is.
Well, the universal language, man. And for me, it's a language that can be spoken in all countries, let alone all planets, you know. Yeah, man.
This guy,
That's it.
this guy knows, man. Like I've said this a couple of times on stream. Music is the greatest form of communication on this planet. You can communicate. You can tell any. If you can't speak to someone and tell them how you feel, you can find a song that'll fucking tell them. If you mate, like, yeah, the power of music is just I love music. Music's the fucking best. But what spins me out is here. Now I'm going to be very, very judgy, and so first thing I spotted, Josh is wearing a Metallica t-shirt.
Well, these are my roots.
Yeah.
These are my
Well,
roots.
this is what I wanted to ask.
This This is actually a fella from the Gold Coast. He's
Ah,
Powerfish.
Powerfish Willem.
And,
Willem
yeah, I'm a man
Powerfish.
of not living off the land, but living with the land.
Man.
You know,
That's
I dabble
cool.
in a bit of
No, I fuck with Willem Powerfish. Yeah, I watch his stuff, man. He's a loose unit. He's a cool dude,
he's a
but
little unit, you know. And this is actually when he first come out. So respect Gold Coast, respect Powerfish for all his mental health stuff, which is why I connected with him because I believe in that kind of side of things too. People speak up, you know. We're I can't say we've all had someone that's lost someone, but you know, suicide, male mental health is a big thing, and I'm all about speaking out, speaking up.
that's it,
Yeah,
man.
so that's why I supported Powerfish, but also because I used to play in a metal band when I was 17, and we played the shit out of Metallica songs.
Well, that was the one thing I wanted to ask because you sort of said that you didn't sort of say you said that your roots were your roots were metal when you were growing up
Oh,
and
you should see the old version of Joshy over here. Black spiked up hair and
oh,
shit.
would have been
Sick.
Denim jacket with all the badges,
oh
man.
man. Well, what made you sort of change? That's sort of because realist
Yeah.
that
It's an
is a
interesting
big change,
transition.
man. Well, not really, because I mean
Still,
you're still sitting in that rock sphere, but I mean it's not often you really hear about guys that were playing in metal bands when they were 17 make that transition to one of probably one of the coolest rock bands I've ever fucking seen. That you play didgeridoo as well, and like you sort of made that transition to being a very sort of industrial, I guess, metal. You know, metal's very electronic. Everything needs to be hooked up to something to being this very, I can let go, acoustics, didgeridoos, just be free with my music. How did that sort of come about?
look, I think I needed that release at the time of my life. That teenage fucking get it release.
Nice,
You know,
man. Yeah.
punk rock and metal was my outlet. Since then, I'm a humble man. You know, I'm a man about message, positivity, all the good things that life has to give. I could have stayed on the metal punk rock and made a good old living and had a good old vibe on it. I think it's harder these days to bring a humble message across. You know, um, people can gravitate to the hardship, yeah, but bringing the humble, good message forward seems to me like more of a challenge. You know, to open
Amen.
people's ears to like, hey man, this is what life's got to give. This is the goodness, you know. And bringing it with some blues vibe and some rock vibe and I think Happy Rayz, we're all about positive message, man. You know, like we're like I said earlier, out the other end of the barrel. We're out the front. We're smooth coasting. We've just had that hell of a turbulent ride, and we're ready to just fucking get the good stuff, you know, and spread that goodness and uplift people in a positive way, man. That's where I'm at, man. Like, well, we're at, and yeah, I guess you just brought that question out of me, man.
No, well, this is a
That's
big
not
look.
flat.
I'm a metal look, dude. I'm a metalhead. You know what I mean? That's why I ask because it's to me it's such a big. I don't think I could be in anything else but a metal band. That's just me personally. Do you know what I mean? But that only extends to as far as what I think my capabilities and talents are, where I pick my strengths, I guess, in a sense. But I mean, you're very talented. Like I said, you know, you're both very talented individuals. But sort of going from metal, because metal isn't something that you just sort of like. I guess you either love it or you hate it. Do you know what I mean? There's no real in between with rock with punk and metal. People either fucking love it or they hate it. I don't know why, but that's just the way it is. But for some people to actually step out the realm and not sort of think of that monetary side of it, but actually do it as a progression of I guess release to sort of step out of that realm and go, okay, I'm trying to bring a message of positivity, is a very good thing. You know what I mean? But do you still listen to metal on the odd occasion?
Big time.
Good.
Keep in the loop, eh?
Metal, metal and punk rock is what I showed my young fella.
Ah,
Hey, man, come and get this. The kid's rocking out, he's coughing, you know, and I'm coughing.
that's good.
But I guess an artist that changed my life was Xavier Rayz.
Hey,
You know, I'm a white fellow with a white voice, but I have indigenous bloodlines, and I feel connected to that. So that was a big game changer for me, and the message that Xavier brought with his music was what changed me as a musician. So I got more deeply into slide guitar. My uncles played blues and slide, so that was a transition. That was like, okay, keep playing the pop chord, punk rock, metal vibes, or branch out into this other message. And I feel like I have a lot of them roots in our music too, but with that positive outlook and all the goodness that conscious music brings.
that's good, man. Look, I've always said that metalheads make the best musicians in all other genres, and I'll stand for that till the fucking day I die. So, that's just me. But Luke, I'm noticing that massive sleeve. What do you listen to in your spare time?
Yeah, probably. I'm still in the rock, heavy rock, metal. But I try. I go to a lot of like open mic nights and stuff around Newcastle still, just to get up and get to play that version of myself for that moment, I guess. Which is, there's a grunge night on Monday night, just gone. Emily A. Smith runs that, and it's a really good night if you're in the area for that. And she is a weapon. But so I go do that, and that's my version of myself that I get to play like that in that moment. And then other times with mates that are still into the heavy metal, like Parkway Drive, and Bullet for My Valentine, which is Cherry, which you grew up with, and all them boys, Danny Stewart, Bogues, like all these guys, they're still heavily, that's all they listen to, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I'll go around to their place, smash a whole bottle of JD with them, and then we just sit there playing Parkway and Bullet for My Valentine, and then the other shift will happen, and then I come hang out with Joshy, and then we do the real chill blues thing and the reggae stuff, and it's just like I'm very, very, very fucking lucky, man, that I get to.
Like a fucking chameleon over here.
Yeah, I'm super lucky to get every experience for myself to be able to play in that. But within that kind of lifestyle of playing, it has taught me a lot of different things of what makes metal sound metal, what makes blues sound blues, country, all those things, and it's super fun,
It is.
that I get to express myself, whatever I'm hearing at that time, and then I can express it within that moment. Yeah.
I'll tell you something crazy. A friend of mine told me this. Big shout out to Vinny, if you ever see this. Big shout out to you, homie. He told me this a couple of years ago. He goes, he did an audio engineering course or something like that, and his teacher told him that all Metallica is country music with distortion.
Yeah, legit. Yeah.
And I heard that, and I couldn't unhear it, because now every time I hear, it sort of half broke me.
We had this conversation earlier this week. It's funny you say it.
Yeah. Because I learned, I played a party, and they were like, "Boydo, can you learn Enter the Sandman?" I was like, "Yeah, no dramas." And then when I was learning some different scales for like metal playing, like sweep picking and stuff. Not that I use it every so often to throw people off at the gigs, but when I was learning all these things, and then when I went to learn Enter the Sandman and the guitar solo that Kurt Hammett plays in that ending part, I was like, holy shit, it's just blues. It's just blues and these tiny little triads of different little tiny chords, and then that's it, you know.
Yeah.
A bit shit ton of bit distortion.
So the high part of the solo ended up being the easy part of the solo.
Yeah.
All it was country blues.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, mate, does it sort of does it take away a bit of the... I don't know. I've sort of mucked around on guitar. You can see that one in the background. I don't really play it that often, but I don't play it at all. It's probably got rusty strings on it. It's fucking gonna give me tetanus if I play it.
That's for sure.
But do you reckon it sort of takes a bit of the the trade secrets and sort of getting into these other styles now, and then looking back on the stuff that you listen to and sort of going, that's all they were doing? Does it sort of take a bit of the emphasis out?
I would say I would be more on the lines of like, how fucking clever was that? You know what I mean? That if like done something
that's what they did.
Yeah, country music's been around probably longest than anything, really.
Yeah.
You know, and then
biggest music in the world, essentially.
yeah, pretty sure.
They're the only music genre that has their own awards night.
Yeah.
What other music genre has their own awards night? None.
Crazy.
All right, guys, the most significant albums that changed your life or put you on the biggest path to being the musicians that you are today.
Early days.
No Effects.
Yep. What are the days? Satsang.
Who was that, sorry?
Satsang.
Yeah, he's sick.
Satsang.
So they're a band called Satsang. Means spiritual meeting place, and they're just lyric content. Like I feel when I love a song, I get a little bit teary. Like it's like I'm so connected that like I'm just like, oh, you know, man, like, oh, I love it. It's like I can't call it upset, and I can't call it
you moved.
like angry or anything. It's just pure emotion.
Yeah, it just moves you.
So, Satsang made me feel that, and I think that they really set me into more of a conscious lyrical point, poetry. And I'm actually related to a famous Australian poet called Henry Kendall, and they named a whole town after him, Kendall. So,
oh wow,
poetry and lyrical stuff is, you know, I feel really connected to, and yeah, Satsang done that for me. And, in the middle of all that was Metallica, because I used to go to bed. I used to go to sleep when I was a teenager, just listen to it, you know. And I love the energy and the fucking vibe that it brings, you know, just in your face. I love that full on, like, let's get it.
Yeah,
you know?
and probably at that time, not many people would know this, but Joshy was a professional boxer back then.
no way.
Yeah, that was giving him the drive.
Oh geez,
Yeah.
Joshy got hands everywhere. Joshy got hands. He's got lefts and rights, and he's got sweeps and slide guitars, and geez, for days, man. You got hands for days.
Yeah.
I'm a humble warrior. Don't you worry about that.
Hey, what's that I was saying? It's better to be a warrior in a garden than be a gardener in a war.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a good one.
The uncle taught me one. It's like, be a warrior, not a warrior.
Yeah, man, that's a good one. That's another good one.
Stop your worrying, stand up, be a man, and fucking get on with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that, mate. Some people may see that as toxic masculinity, but I do agree. Look, as men, we do have at some point a certain duty, but we do need to talk about our problems as well.
For sure, yeah.
Totally, yeah, man. I'm a man that is not afraid to be vulnerable.
No, that's a big thing, man. It's all about the people you be vulnerable to, because people can use your weaknesses as against you.
Absolutely.
You got to pick your crowd. You got to pick your fucking crowd in this world.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, you've been through some stuff, man.
Yeah.
Hey,
We're here.
that's it. You know, but the good thing is, especially being parents, it's all up to us to teach them to make sure that they don't cop the same shit we did, and that they don't have to go through the same struggles.
Totally.
What are yours, Luke?
I don't think Luke answered that
No,
question.
you
Right.
didn't. Luke, what are your
Alright,
albums, man?
okay. So I would have been, well, at the beginning, I was 14, walked in the museum's corner with my mum, seen this fucking Smith guitar on the wall, and I was like, that one. And it was like 1600 or whatever it was. And at the time, it's an Epiphone, still a good guitar. They were actually before Gibson, not many people know. But anyway, so yeah, the white one. So that was my first guitar. So I played it at Jimna when we did the Dig stuff, that white and gold guitar.
Yeah, nice.
So that was my first guitar. And it's a SG custom shop, limited edition, all that stuff. And that was what I had that for like 10 years, man. And that's what I learned. And then I went to Dad after I got it. I was like, Dad, what's the best music to learn? And he gave me the Back in Black AC/DC album.
Oh, you had the Epiphone to boot. Oh, it's just match made in heaven.
Yeah. So then the first song I ever learned of AC/DC was Hell's Bells. And then once I got that pretty much sorted, I moved on to then Back in Black. And then Back in Black with that. Yeah. It still gives me shivers. But I can, play that song back to front. Yeah, flawlessly. 15, 16 years of playing it. But and then after that, I learned pretty much every AC/DC song ever written.
That's good.
And then
That's why he plays in SG.
Yeah, and that's why I play it. To be honest with you, yeah. And then from that point, then I got into the metal side of things, a bit of punk and all those little kind of things in between. Bit of Keith Urban, weirdly enough, because my mum
Wow.
Keith Urban, and he is a weapon of a guitarist.
He is a good guitarist.
Yeah, and especially I think that album that it was Golden Roads. That album was the one I made. Then from that point onwards, then it was like by that point Guns N' Roses were like done, and then I was listening to Slash and when he was doing all his different things with all different artists, and then it went to metal, and then now it's kind of gone back to blues and just easy listening kind of thing, and that's pretty much where I'm at now.
I'd say a lot of what shines through in my perspective is Slash.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, you heard the new song, yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
He's slashing that back.
I'm just spewing. You think you like? I can't believe I have to wait to get it mastered. Like I can't believe everyone has to wait to get it mastered. Because it's just the quality.
On a good note, Huey took it round to his mate that's got a big studio, and put it through this old valve machine. So we'll send you a photo of that after this, and yeah, man, that's just like even just them old valves and putting like we really felt like we were the right guys on Huey. He's invested in the track and he loves it and he wants to see it come out the end in a good way. So.
Yeah, and I think that dude that owns that machine, he done the beards and a fair few good, very known artists, Cottonmouth Kings or something like that.
They did the Cottonmouth. He did it with Cottonmouth Kings.
Yeah, this fella that ran that machine. Yeah.
I'm a fucking fan.
He had a listen, and one of our best mates
Wiley
showed the song to Angry Anderson the other day.
No,
Wow.
that is awesome.
Like,
yeah.
So yeah, that's exciting hype for us on a first release, So
Wow,
yeah,
that is
and,
unreal,
our intention,
guys.
Our intention is for Jim to be the hype. We were the song's going to be first. We're going to release it, but it's going to be on the Jim the playlist for the first ever playlist. So we're excited about that. Yeah, can't wait to share it with everyone and then share some of our other tracks because we have such a diversity of music that we really want to get it out.
It's going to be a sick album.
Man,
really,
I'm really interested because I mean, if you guys turn around and saying that no track is alike,
It's really not.
like
Man.
most people most people when you look at it, they when they walk into an album, it sort of walks into a theme. Do you know
Yeah,
what I
for
mean?
sure.
But
Yeah.
yeah, like I'm really genuinely interested to see what you guys have to bring to the table. Maybe Angry Anderson should get a personal invite to see these guys go live. Angry, come on, man, come. It'll be mad. BYO, bro.
Sick.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll share that link to it, man. Let's get it.
Yeah, get him in.
Yeah.
Some other
Even
buddies.
even Ben from up at the Dungog,
Yeah,
the Royal.
it's funny. Me and Boydo, we live rural, we're in Clarkstown, New South Wales, and this town, Trophy Eyes come out of, Newcastle Silverchair come out of, and I guess we're holding down that vibration, and for some reason, this just become a musical town. I remember being teenagers here, and we coming up, we set the bars like, we're bored, let's play music, and there's a lot of up and coming the younger crew in our little town have done big things. So we want to uphold that.
Osprey's one.
Yeah,
Osprey. Well, this leads into my next question. Can you guys give us a couple of bands, local, really, like, obviously they're going to be local, most underrated ones that everyone should seriously look out for?
We're talking local or worldwide?
Or I'd prefer to go local, but if you got worldwide and you really think they deserve a shout out, give them the shout out.
No, I'd say Trophy. Man. You grew up with it, you play with them.
Yeah, so essentially, yeah, Trophy. Through the band, man, with good mates at one. We used to play in a band together. I moved to the Gold Coast, come back, and they were all sad and sorry. Like, what do we do, Joshy? And I was like, just keep playing music. Like, start a new band. Like, what he's doing. So they ended up getting this singer, and within a year they were playing Warped Tour. So, Clarkstown's like, there's something going on here in the mountains.
There's always been something in the water.
Magic.
How do you all do? Like, they must have just put it back in there, because Frog Stomp is still to this day. Is easily one of the top 5 fucking greatest albums ever written by an Australian. Not just that, they were fucking teenagers, man. Have you heard the caliber of that fucking out? Go back and listen to Frog Stomp. If you haven't, go back. Because fucking gold. It holds up. You want to know if an album holds up? That fucking album holds up. It's actually more relevant now than what it was back then.
Yeah, it's great.
When it's hitting their marks, it's like, wow, how relevant was it then? For it to be relevant now is like, that's some fucking time travel shit going on.
Yeah, it is 100%, man. It is.
Yeah.
Dude.
Boydo mentioned Osprey. They're a local band here, teenage band. They won on Earth.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
we're like, maybe 1,000.
Yeah, I'd say so.
1,000 people. Little country town. Osprey. We don't know them personally, but they're a young teenage band that won on Earth. And they come from our local town too. So
yeah,
that's so awesome.
Trophy Eyes, Osprey. And maybe Happy Rayz.
Maybe. Not maybe. Definitely Happy Rayz. Definitely.
Yeah, we're getting it. We're in for the long haul, beer buddy. That's for sure, man. We're out here for the love.
Mate, well, this is a big thing, like, this, I guess the best saying that you could throw out there is, you ain't here to fuck spiders.
Not here to look scared,
the greatest Australian saying ever said, But what I guess essentially, now that you've been in the loop, you've done a Jimna, what does Jimna actually mean to you guys personally?
Yeah, that's a good question, eh?
Because you've done last year, you saw what it was all about. You guys were the ringing. You know what I mean? You had the experience. You've taken away from it. You had the night there. The night there was fucking cracking when all the bands got together, and You know, everyone was just vibing around the campfire and stuff like that. You kids were having a fucking mad time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does it mean to you?
Everyone gravitated to our camp, which kind of says that. I remember having a jam around the fire, and then there was one ring of people who sat down. By the next song, that ring grew into 3 layers.
Yeah.
And within half an hour, the festival was back and up and running. You know?
Yeah.
All the best musicians were there. We had a fat time jamming. I think as far as Jimna goes for us, it's a checkpoint, man. It's like, when you play that old video game and you finally get the checkpoint, you don't have to go back.
Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah. You're like, everything is in the future of possibilities. So I feel like Jimna for us is like, it's that checkpoint. It gives us something to work towards. And we've just been taking the downtime in between to perfect craft so we can bring it. And so we're putting all our eggs in the Jimna basket, man, for sure, because we want to bring it to this festival. We think this one has the right intention. Karen is an amazing person. She deserves for this festival to get up and running. Hope we can give her the foundations for next year to be. Let's get some big acts, let's give it. I know she pretty much broke even last year. I don't know if we should say that or not, but this year, let's give her some love. Let's get this thing happening. I know she's going to put it all back into it, just like we do with our music, When we play our gigs, we put it all back into a kitty, and we try to
recycle it back into it.
Yeah, man. We're all for it. We want to share it as much as we can, just as Karen wants to share music, festival vibes, and give a platform for all the musicians that are involved, And we want to help out with that.
Yeah. I think the best thing I liked about Jimna was that everyone is in the same area. The punters, the artists, they're all in the one spot, and everyone can fucking chill out with each other. And all the artists, mind you, all you guys watching it, all awesome people like Crave and Goldie. These are all Goldie Horn. Like everyone in the festival are such good people, and
not only talented but humble.
Yeah, just good people, man.
And at this grassroots level, I think this is the time to be a part of it. You know? This is the time to say, "Hey, I was at Jimna." When it started.
Yeah, man.
Everyone involved feels such good things coming from Jimna that, man, I want to be a fucking part of this shit.
Yes, guys. And the biggest thing people need to understand is this is a labour of love. Karen organises this to showcase the talent, the local talent from not just around the area, but from other areas. And big things are coming for Jimna. I'm telling you. I promise you that. But
you can feel it. Yeah, it's all there. All the good shit is there.
The formula is there. People just need to just take a bit of time and just spend the money and just go out and check it out. And then you know what?
I went camping the other day. It cost me more than it does for a gym ticket.
Exactly.
I get to go camp in paradise with fucking 26 awesome rock bands, or go camping at my local fucking beach spot. It's gonna cost me more. So, well.
Do you go to Redhead?
I went to Foster the other day.
Oh, okay.
Last weekend, my sister's birthday. It cost me more than a gym ticket.
See, there you go. And look, guys.
And that was the budget. That was the budget slot.
Yeah. See, and this is the thing. You know what? If you don't have a good time, I will let you yell at me for ages. Like, I'll give you my personal phone number and you can send me abusive messages. That is how much I guarantee that you will have a good time. Mate, I went up there with zero expectations because at the end of the day, not to be dick about it, but it is local bands. You know, you don't know what you're getting yourself in for. And it is a gamble, but I'm telling you, the gamble was worth it and it paid off dividends. It was the experience was just... You will never find an experience like this anywhere. At the moment, I can guarantee that. So go get your ticket. Guys, one last question before we wrap up, but don't go anywhere after we wrap up because I want to have a chat to you afterwards because I need to have a chat to you afterwards. But if there's... So, I'm young, I'm a bright-eyed, I've just picked up your first guitar, I've got a couple of mates that want to start a band. You know, I'm looking at you with so much hope. I'm fresh, I've never played a show, never played in a band. What's the best bit of advice you give me to get started and to get going in a band?
I think just do what makes you feel good. You know, that's pretty much, if you want to do rock music and everyone's in the genre that they play was country, you want to play rock music, you play rock music. What makes you feel good, do it. It's very very simple kind of thing.
Totally.
Yeah.
You got to break the eggs to make the cake, right?
Yeah.
So you can't just expect things to happen. You got to make some action, man.
Yeah.
You need to get down, get to the drawing board, put
Practice,
some time in,
yeah.
little bits more often. And it's kind of like, I don't know if any of you young fellas have been surfing or skating or doing any of them extreme sports. It takes time to start enjoying. And if you put a little bit of time in, break them eggs, crack shit up, put some ingredients together. Man, you're gonna have a fun eating cake, man.
Yeah.
And while you're young, do it, man.
Yeah.
Do it. I'm a father now. I'm 34, and I'm still getting it. You know? I ain't giving up. And, you know, don't give up. That's the key.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
You know, be a warrior, not a worrier.
Yeah.
That's it.
10,000 hours you get there. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
it.
man. Yeah, just get it. Hey,
Yeah.
just go out, have some. The bottom line is fun.
Yeah.
And if you're a shit band on the stage and you're having fun, people are having fun.
Yeah, that's right.
If you're up there stressed and like, oh, this thing's be perfect,
You know, having fun, man.
you go, perfection, you know, that's a mile away. Just get up there and enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
That's awesome, guys. Seriously, these guys are a wealth of knowledge and good vibes, and I can't wait to see them again at Jimna Rocks. And once again, everybody, don't forget to get your tickets. If you go on to Moshtix and you hit that little promo code, and you go down to that little bottom part there where it says promo code, and you put in dog tags 23, which I'm pretty sure that's it. Dog tags 23. That's right, yeah.
That's copy.
Yep, dog tags 23.
Happy Rayz.
Oh, sorry.
Happy
Dog
RA
tags
was
last
it.
night. That was last night. Happy Rayz. Happy Rayz. Happy Rayz.
Happy RAYZ.
Yes, happy RAYZ. Happy RAYZ 2023. You'll get your discount. You'll get your camping ticket. You get your VIP camping ticket. You'll get to meet all the bands. You'll get to have a mad time, eat lots of food, drink lots of drinks, and just vibe out and experience the countryside, experience the awesome sound that is Jimna Rocks. So please, get out there. Happy Rayz 2023 in the promo code, in the Moshtix link. All right? Go hit it. Go do it. It helps out the bands. Seriously, we can't thank you enough. Boys, give everyone a massive wave. Yeah, rock it out, guys. That's it.
Get
That's
down
it.
there. And
Happy
hit
Rayz
subscribe,
2023
everybody,
in the
man.
promo code.
Hey, shout out to you, big buddy.
Shout out
Come
to
on.
Big Buddy,
Guys, thank you so much. You're going to make me blush.
giving a voice and a platform to us up and coming users.
There it is.
The grassroots people, man, because we're where it's at. This is where the up and coming talent is. And thanks, Beer Buddy, for giving us a voice, a platform, and vibes.
Yeah.
Oh, guys. These are the fucking
And I
best.
can't wait to get the Jimna and give you a big old cheers.
Oh, we get so many cans. There's going to be so many cans, boys. And mate, Joshy hit the nail on the head. No band has ever walked out to a fucking 100,000 people playing on a stadium. They all started off where these guys started off. Go get your ticket and catch them before you can't catch them and they're too fucking expensive. Have a great night, everyone. I'll try not to end the stream too early. I love yous all. Take care of yourself. Love everyone. And go buy a fucking Jimna ticket.